Hey everybody. So recently a company called Tomyvic, not sure how they pronounce that, but it is Tomyvic.com, reached out to me and asked me if I would like to test their mini electric chainsaw. And since, as some of you may know, I am trying to fix up an old house and get some dead trees and some old thick huge shrubs cleared out of it, I thought, hell yeah, send me that. Let's see if that works. I'll put a link to this below. They did provide this to me free of charge. And if I can get a coupon code for you guys, I'll put that down below as well. But it comes in a nice little plastic box. There is a user manual sealed up in plastic. Oh, you get a set of gloves. Will they fit me? Probably not, but we'll try them. Well, I don't know. They might. Depends on how much they stretch. We have a little wrench. We have the actual tool. We have a screwdriver. We have the chain so it doesn't come... Oh, is that a spare chain? It is. Look at that. Look at that. It's got a chain on it, and it comes with a spare chain. That's pretty nice. Comes with a pair of safety goggles, which probably won't fit over my glasses. It comes with an empty bottle for probably bar chain oil. And it comes with 2 batteries. And I'm assuming that this is going to be the charger because I don't see it anywhere else in there. Let's have us a look. There it went. Where'd it go? There it is over here. So this is the charger. And yep, there it takes a barrel jack to charge them. 21 volt max lithium. These look like about 1500 milliamp hour batteries. 37 watts, 21 volt. Let's get the tool out and have a look at it. So here's the tool itself. Okay, got the camera down on the tripod. Kind of running out of space on my bench here. I got too many projects going at once. So let's put a battery in. Is there a fuel gauge on the battery? There is not a fuel gauge on the battery. Got a safety button. And yes, it works. Interesting. So I'm going to put both batteries on the charger, and we're going to see how it works. A few things to note here before we go on and do any more testing. First, a lot of what was on mine was loose. The chain tightening, the bar tightener nut was loose. This adjustment here, this fastener here for the little top spring-loaded safety, it was loose and it was rubbing. I mean, these are all minor matters. You're going to need to lube and adjust the chain anyway. So this, to adjust the chain, you have this wrench here to loosen that nut. And then there is a Phillips screw right down in there. And then that actually tightens and loosens the chain. Be kind of nice if this was long enough and had the Phillips bit on one end so you didn't need 2 tools. But it's nice they provided the tools to do it. It's nice they provided the bottle of oil too, or the empty bottle that you can put oil in. But it's nice to have gotten the bottle. Get a spare blade. You get gloves. If you've got giant hands like mine, the gloves won't fit. But if you got hands like mine, you're used to that. And safety glasses. So they give you a pretty complete package. As far as no guard on here is concerned, I looked up some other brands of these. Some have a loop that your trigger finger goes in that would keep your hand from sliding forward. Some have a whole loop that comes down and cover your hand. And some have a projection of this down here just so your hand can't slide forward. If you use it right-handed, I don't know how your hand is going to slide past that motor housing. If you use it left-handed, kind of a different story. The tree that I need to trim, all the dead branches are too high to get to without a pole saw. So I did cut a couple down with the pole saw. I've got this one here, and then I've got a longer, shorter one. So this one here, let me grab a tape measure. So this one here, at its fattest end, is, what is that, 2 3/4 inches by 2 1/4 inches. And then this smaller one is probably about 2 inches, 2.5 inches. Let's spin it around here and look at that. A little under 2 and about 2 even. So Another thing to note is that the charger, the light on the charger does go from red to green when the battery is fully charged. So both batteries are fully charged. Want to touch on one other thing. If you're going to adjust the chain on this, I forgot to mention it, take the battery off. Don't mess around with this thing with the battery still on it. Okay, let's see how it works on this fat piece. Cut right through it without a problem. Let's keep going. Let's see how many we can get on one of these. What did I say these were? 21 volts and 37 watts. What is that? About 800 milliamp battery. Let's try again. All right, it stopped working after, what was that, 3.5 cuts? I don't know whether the battery died or the tool died. Let's try another battery. Let's get the battery out. Let's make sure the blade spins. Blade still spins freely. I lubed the blade just before this. Let's try the other battery. Okay, it was just the battery. So on this 2.5 by 2 3/4, something like that, it got 1, 2, 3, 4.5 cuts. So let's go to the other fully charged battery and let's try this smaller piece. So here are the 4 pieces that I cut. Whoops. Here are the 4 pieces I cut off of that. I got 4 full cuts on that one battery. 4.5 cuts total. So let's put this thinner one up here. See how many cuts I can get off this. I'm going to put a little bit more lube on the chain and bar. All right, here we go. See how many we can get. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let me stick a little bit more out. You guys are appreciating all this mess I'm making for you. Jeez. 11, 12, 13. I think I'm going to get another one. 14, 15, 16, 17. That was the chain adjuster tool fell on the ground, if you heard that. There we go. So let's take a look at the temperature of this. I'm seeing in the, and it's been a couple of minutes, I'm seeing in the, I think I saw like 160 in there. 160, 206 in one spot. So yeah, that's that got pretty toasty. Even the battery got pretty toasty, that last one that came off of it. I'm seeing 115 degrees on the hottest spot. So might be a good idea to let this thing cool down every 3-4 cuts and not do like 20 in a row like I did. So what's my final opinion on the Tomyvic mini chainsaw? It actually worked really surprisingly well. I was going to complain and say the batteries need to be higher milliamp hour, but honestly, you do need to let this thing cool down a bit after, you know, I would say after 8 to 10 cuts on something this size, around 2 inches across, you really need to let it cool down a bit. Trying to cut these bigger pieces with it, it really put it a bit, I think, put it a bit too much of a test. I think 2 inches is probably about your sweet spot with it. 3 just puts way too much drag on it. Anyway, at least with that kind of wood. Anyway, it worked really well. You can see all the chips it threw all over everything that I've got to clean up and all the cutting it did. I would like to see some kind of guard on it, even though I have to admit I didn't really feel like I was in danger of losing any kind of control over it. Works really well. I mean, I recommend it if you're looking for something along the lines of this. Thanks again to Tomyvic sending it out, and thanks to you guys for watching and subscribing. See you in the next one. Bye for now.